Why is being a sexually disciplined man so attractive for women? There's many reasons for it, and you shouldn't become sexually disciplined for women. That would just be, falling into the trap of being the nice guy. There are many, many, many benefits to becoming sexually disciplined yourself as a man, which I will talk about a little bit in this video. But one of the main things and one of the main outcomes of becoming sexually disciplined is that you become even more attractive to women. And I'm going to break down why that is. But before I do, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, man it forward, and share this video, this episode with somebody that you think needs to hear it or would enjoy it. Okay. Every man has been in a relationship with a woman who, sees his phone and sees that he's been liking some content that he shouldn't be, or, hearting and following some scantily clad bikini influencer with motivational quotes underneath. I don't know why I keep picking on those ones, but I just find it so funny, right? It's like, live your best life, or, some like Nelson Mandela quote underneath some chick who's just got her ass out, it's like, and the same goes for dudes, right? Like the dudes that are, in like a swimming suit thong, I don't even know what the hell you would call them, but, in the like little tiny gym shorts with like just ripped and jacked and shredded to shit. And then they've got the like motivational quote underneath. It's like, all right, we got it. Like, you're inspiring. That's cool. Anyway, not to hate too much on them, but every guy has been in a relationship. Sorry for the rant. Every guy's been in a relationship with a woman who sees his social media consumption and maybe sees that he's following women that are very attractive, that maybe feel like a threat to her, or are talking to women that are very attractive, and they can feel that there's some sexual tension, let's just say, between the two of them. That can feel very threatening. Or maybe she starts to learn about your porn viewing habits, whatever it is. For a lot of women, a man who is sexually undisciplined is very unsafe. And she's not going to know, especially if you're in a monogamous relationship, she's not going to know if you are out sleeping with somebody else. And it might create a certain amount of tension that causes her to feel anxious. And maybe that feels to you as a man like you have the upper hand and the power position in the relationship, which is something that people used to teach in pickup artistry, right? Some guys would actually teach that, if you have these women that you're talking to, what do they call it? Spinning plates, right? When you're dating, you should be constantly spinning plates. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying that when you get into a monogamous relationship, into a committed relationship, and you haven't let go of that behavior of spinning plates, it can create a tremendous amount of insecurity in your partner. And so women really are attracted to sexually disciplined men for a few reasons. Number one, they know that for a man to become sexually disciplined, he likely has had to go through some level of hardship. He's likely had to grapple with and, grab onto the bullhorns of his own sexual impulses. And women know that that is tremendously challenging. And they know that because if you are an attractive woman that's walking around in the world, you are very likely to get leered at and jeered at and, sexual comments made towards how you look, and guys, catching guys checking out your ass and that kind of stuff. Women know how hard it is for us to rein in our sexual impulses, to not necessarily objectify them, but to constantly check them out. And women know how hard it is for us to not leak sexual energy constantly and sexualize them. Right? Women know that because they're women and they're on the other end of it. And so for a lot of women, it's a sign that you as a man have put in a tremendous amount of effort towards reining in a part of yourself, grappling with a part of yourself that is very challenging to get not under control, but to get some control and direction over, right? That you can point it, you can direct it, you can work with it, you can begin to embody it when necessary, you can call in it when it's needed, right? Women know that you've had to do that, and that act is very attractive, right? Because it shows strength, it shows determination. It shows that you've likely had to be very resilient. It shows that you are willing to face hardship. You're willing to do hard shit. And so all of that is wildly attractive. So that's one piece. It's attractive. The second thing is that it shows a good amount of security to the commitment, right? If you are an attractive man in any way, shape, or form, physically, intellectually, emotionally, sexually, etc., women want to feel safe with you, and they want to know that you, as the attractive man, are giving them the attention, and that your attention isn't going out and being dispersed out amongst a whole bunch of other women. And it feels very good for women to be with a man who has high status or is a high value man, which gets thrown around a lot on the internet today. But if you're a great man who clearly has optionality and you're choosing to give your attention to that woman, then that creates a certain level of safety and security, but it also builds attraction because you could be giving your attention, you could be giving your energy, you could be giving your time out into other places and spaces. So it creates attraction through that form, but it also creates one of the most important things that women look for within the context of a relationship, which is security. It gives security. And if you can build security in your relationship as a man, it's not only good for her and it's good for the relationship, but you will have done something for yourself that is tremendously challenging. So like I said at the very beginning of this, you don't want to become sexually disciplined to attract women. That's not the goal. You don't want to become sexually disciplined to attract a woman. You don't want to become sexually disciplined to try and impress a woman or be like, well, look what I've done. I did this just for you. That's going to create animosity and resentment. You want to develop sexual discipline because it's really fucking hard. And the truth is that most men are not sexually disciplined. And most men are spewing their sexual energy all over the damn place. They're opening up Instagram and it's full of, Instagram models and bikinis or, fitness models working out, bending over, doing squats and shit like that. They're sending their sexual energy to women that they work with. They're sending sexual energy to, porn and just all the time. It's just constantly leaking and oozing out of them. And so because of that, you're not facing the things that are very challenging within you. So if you as a man can start to work on your sexual discipline and you can start to work on reining in some of that energy and actually learning where and when to direct it, how to direct it towards the women that you are dating, that you are with, that you are married to, that can be not only a tremendous gift to the relationship for many reasons like I just covered, but it will instill a very deep sense of confidence within you. Because the reality is that for most men, especially men who lack impulse control, and especially men who feel out of control with their own sexual energy, we don't like doing that, right? We don't like feeling at the behest or beholden to our own sexual energy, right? I didn't like that. I didn't like getting home after a long day of work, being in a relationship, but then needing to go jerk off and watch porn because I had no real control over my own sexual energy. I hated that. I wanted a deeper sense of discipline. And this is the training ground, right? Your sexual energy, your sexual body, and how you begin to interact with it is the training ground that you can utilize to develop a deeper sense of discipline, to develop a deeper sense of courage, to develop a deeper sense of boundaries within yourself, right? If you're somebody that lacks discipline within the realm of your sexual energy and your social media is a mess and you're constantly watching porn and you're, sexting girls that you probably shouldn't. And, you've every once in a while you're up on YouTube and you're watching the whatever it is, right? The lingerie runway shows or the women's pole vaulting. I'm just going to bring that one back in. You are going to feel like you lack discipline, like you lack internal structure, like you lack impulse control. And that is going to, my friends, show up in every part of your life. It's going to show up in every part of your life and you know it. It's going to show up in how you do work, how you treat your body, how you eat, your nutrition, all of it. And so when we can start to focus in on becoming more sexually disciplined, which I'm going to do another video on how we become more sexually disciplined, because this is something that I had to work on immensely for a very long time, it will benefit all areas of your life. you will become more confident, you will become more disciplined in the other areas of your life, and you will become fundamentally and undeniably much more attractive to women because you will feel safer, you will be more trustworthy, and you will be those things because you will trust yourself more. You will have more control and more influence over your own impulses. So comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next week, this is Connor Beaton signing off.